The Daily Guide is suggesting that the moderator has dropped the names. If you look at the story, the names are not in there. The Today newspaper says Presby Church defends Martey. The Presby Church says the man is incorruptible. Ghana Integrity Initiative is suggesting that perhaps the state agency should pick Mr. Martey up and question him about this. Mr. Okudzeto, let me start with you. Should he go ahead and indeed name the names, taking into consideration the fact that a former PRO of his church is suggesting that what he told the public is not the truth?
Yeah, this is a matter that, if not properly looked into, scandalizes all politicians, because he did not mention names. He did not give indications on which side these politicians who tried to bribe him with $100,000 and with Trazaco mansion and 2 V8 vehicles. He did not mention which political party these politicians come from. He didn't say that. Then you also have a situation where his PRO is saying that he has gone with him before. He gives a specific date and time, 28 July, around 8:30 p.m.
Which he says the dates are not correct because he had been removed from office.
And that they collected the money from a politician in the opposition. The PRO goes further to, he provides some direction where that bribe, as he calls it, was taken. I have said that I hold men of God in high esteem, especially a Presbyterian moderator. I was in a Presbyterian school, Presec Legon, and without a Presby church, that school would not have been established. So I hold the Presbyterian institution in very high esteem. I think that these public spats do not do the image of the Presby church any good. I think that the church will have to take it up and look into it, because these are top officials in the leadership of the church. The GII call is not out of place either, that the state should take an interest in this. Bribery, as we know, is a crime. I mean,
bribe and the bribe are all guilty under the Constitution.
They are all guilty. They are all guilty. And so, to elevate this discourse and for us not to reduce it to an MPP and EC matter again. I mean, when Nana was going on and on and on, I was tempted to give him his own litany. Today, because they've been out of power for the better part of 8 years, they think that we have forgotten their own record. But I don't want to go into that. I want to elevate the discourse and to say that this is a matter that threatens to scandalize all politicians, scandalize our nation. The statements clearly have brought the Presby Church into disrepute, especially the counterclaims being made by the former PRO. So let us see an investigation. Let the names be put out. I think that it is very, very, very crucial that that is done. You see, we must go beyond this general, name calling. And Nana has done a lot of that. Nana Fredua has done a lot of that. We rehash allegations which have not been proven. We don't provide any further evidence. We don't subject it to strict proof or to even our courts for prosecution, so that there will be a verdict, a conclusion on the matter, and then we just use it for propaganda purposes. And sadly, that is what many people are engaging in this case. Unfortunately, with all due respect, the former moderator of the Presby Church. We should not be engaged in this, just throwing out allegations, engaging in propaganda, and just muddying the waters, and we do not get to the bottom of these issues. It doesn't help us.
It doesn't help us.
It doesn't.
I'm grateful. Nana, what do you make of it? All that is happening, there's an allegation, a counter-allegation, the call for names to be put out there, and the fact that the police must step in to indeed get him to give out the names, if indeed he has them.
The police, for me, anything that we perceive should be investigated because we have issues with it should be. It's interesting that we don't think the president should be investigated, but the moderator should be. There's more evidence on the president's part for which we must investigate. This one there, we think that is a...
I have said Suraj is investigating. Suraj is investigating.
But we're saying that Parliament has a right to do so. So it is important. Yes, and I also wish the cameras were watching me when Sam was talking. I was writing.
Okay.
All the interruptions I wanted to make, I wrote them.
Right.
Easy. You talked about decency, yet you haven't moderated that. Now, the
no,
issue...
don't accept that.
But it's true.
We are not going to accept in the name of decency and accept poisoning the atmosphere. Please.
You're drawing him into the conversation.
Yes.
So move
How?
Yes.
Did I mention that he should come in?
You move on.
Okay, so you two...
When you call me and put falsehood on me, I will have to respond.
All right.
I don't do that to you.
Okay.
Because I keep quiet.
Nana, please move on.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, like I was saying, some thinks that it's wrong to investigate the president in parliament, but he thinks that it is right to investigate the moderator over an event that happened how many months ago, for which he himself did not push the moderator. Some is interested, or people. He says I keep drawing him in. People. When I say people, I'm referring to him as well. People are not are interested in the fact that a discredited person is enough evidence. The PRO that we like to refer to, he's been discredited. He's enough evidence. People have told us that his doctorate is questionable. They say his attitude was questionable. They're saying that he was not on good terms with a lot of the leadership, including Mr. Martey, Professor Martey. And yet Professor Martey, somebody he is not on good terms with, would sit in an office and accept a gift and say, here's some. And he took it. What are we talking about? As far as I'm concerned, the fundamental principle, and Sam talked about, and this one I'm referring to him, talks about politicians will be scandalized. Let us be scandalized if we are the source of the problems of this country. Mr. Okudzeto Ablakwa, Mr. Mahama, everybody, this is about Ghana. So when this party that Bright, you were making your earlier comments, these two parties, MPP is not like that. It is about Ghana.
MPP is not like what?
It is about Ghana. You bunched us together. You bunched us together to make your comments on these matters of corruption. Earlier, I was listening to you before I left home. It is about Ghana.
On which matters?
On these matters, you had shown Professor Martey, you're taking images of people responding and all that, and you were running commentary with your co-host.
If we are fighting corruption and those who are making allegations cannot report to the authorities, does it help in the fight? That's exactly what I was saying.
There are different modes.
They are based on corruption.
You see, when you bring that one, NDC,
Polafoco's crime,
and your accountant's crime
is that
your accountant's crime.
They attempted to bring in the Ghana Police Service into the corruption in the corruption in the New Patriotic Party.
Because right now,
and you are telling us the MPP is not like that.
I'm scratching him. He's upset.
I'm not upset. I'm not upset. It sounds so ridiculous. It sounds so ridiculous. When we know your track record, you tell us that MPP is not like that.
You can't have him.
Okay, all right.
You can't stop
your EcoBank account.
I'm saying that
your time is running out.
That act.
We know
that one.
MPP.
They think that it should be dealt with, but this one they don't think so. And I'm telling him that, and I'm telling Ghanaians that if we should be scandalized by this, Sam doesn't think politicians should be scandalized. Who are we? Why do you think so? Why do you think that we should get away with rot? That's what the professor is putting out there. And you think, oh, let's hide ourselves. I disagree.
So all politicians went to his house to give him $100,000? Let's get serious. Let's get serious.
Is that the
I'm saying that this scandalizes all politicians.
He should name names. Has happened.
When something wrong happens, you name and shame.
So say it.
Name and shame. You name and shame. He hasn't said it. He hasn't said it. What he has done doesn't help. He should name and shame. Let us name and shame.
Corruption a lot of good. If you name the names.
As far as I'm concerned, he has done enough.
Oh, okay.
He's done enough.
If he can provide more, he should.
Okay.
He has done enough. But as for keeping quiet, he must not.
Nobody wants him to keep quiet. We want him to talk more and name the names.
He should name the names. I hold the Presbyterian Church in high esteem. When people are insulting pastors in this country, what do you say? You're a leader in this country. When they are insulting pastors in this country, what do you say? When they insult pastors in this country, from people from your party, what do you say? That's what you are aiming to do to Professor Martey. You want to
have you checked the Media Foundation for West Africa report?
That's
your party lead in insults. Your party lead in insults.
And that
you
is the
insult
problem.
everybody.
Now,
you insult
Professor
the electoral
Martey
commissioner.
has come out with this matter.
You
And you know
scandalize
why
her.
the NDC people
You
in
insult
particular are
everybody.
upset with this matter? They are particularly upset with this matter because Professor Martey has, over the recent
you
past,
have a gold medal
attacked
in
their
insult.
their
You are
style
talking
of
about
leading
it.
this
You are
country.
talking about anybody insulting.
Professor
them.
Martey has been firm in attacking the style that has led this
No
country.
problem. We are
in
tolerant.
recent time.
We will not attack
And
it.
so,
We are
in
tolerant.
exchange, look at what they are doing.
President Mahama is not like Akufo-Addo. He's
when
very
he
tolerant.
insulted-
President Mahama is not like Akufo-Addo. He's very
Thank
tolerant.
God he's not, because
when-
Mr. Akufo-Addo
yes,
would
he's
not
very
know what
tolerant.
you're
Let me
talking
ask you
He's
this.
very
When
tolerant.
Professor
Very
Martey
tolerant, Mr.
capped
Mahama.
this
How?
thing up
Paul
by
Afoko tried to
saying
fight
that
corruption in the NPP. Look
this
at what happened to
person,
him.
Look
Look at what happened to Kwabena Japan. Look at what happened to
Let me
Sami
put this
Krab.
question so that we get ready to wrap up.
He doesn't have anything to
When
say,
Professor
sir.
Martey
I'm
capped
surprised.
this criticisms of the ruling party up by just saying that this person and that person bribed me, so that the state authorities can take it up.
Brad, if you've heard me, I have not fought against an investigation into this
Because
matter.
we're fighting corruption, and you said
Are
it's
you
about
listening
Ghana.
to me at all?
I'm listening to you.
I'm saying that if you listen to me, I said that I have no qualms with us asking him to give us more information if he can. I have problems when people want to give a different approach to what we are talking about in Parliament now in this matter. Why do we think that they are different? It's a double standard.
It
And
is
that's
not.
what we should.
The parliamentary
and that's
matter
what we
is being
should-
investigated
we
by
should deal
Shraj.
with. It's a double standard.
Do you understand the
And
word
that's
double
what we should
standard?
do. You see what I'm saying?
Do you understand the
When
word
we are
double standard?
investigating it-
When there is a
I'm
Shraj
grateful.
investigation,
So for me,
there's a
Sorry.
Shraj
I'm grateful
investigation.
to Professor Martey. I'd like him to continue to stand up for the Ghanaian. It is about Ghana. What legacy
I
does
am
he
not
leave
happy.
behind?
I am not happy
When
that
he knows
people are
things
treating
are
him
going
this
wrong.
way.
As
I'm
a-
not happy
as
that
an
a whole
eminent
presidential
leader in
moderator
this
is
country,
being
he's a
ridiculed
leader.
in this manner.
He's
Have
only
you
ridiculed by people like
have you
you.
heard what people are
It's only
saying?
people like
That
you
he
who
is acting
ridicule him.
irresponsibly.
It's
You've
only
heard what
people
people are
like-
saying.
it's only
He
people
should
like
name
you.
names.
It's only people
He
like
should
you
name names
who
and
like
shit.
to
I'm
ridicule
grateful.
people.
I
It's
want
only
to
people
talk
like you.
about
The
the
NDC likes
recession in
to
Nigeria,
ridicule
but
You
we're
have a
running out of
gold
time.
medal in
Create those
insult
things.
and ridicule.
I'm grateful.
Media
I'm
Foundation
grateful.
for West Africa.
That's what
You are
the
the most
top
insulting
black is of the NPP Eastern region and a member of the communication team. We're grateful. We're grateful. No, it's
It's
not.
very uncomfortable.
Gentlemen, I'm grateful for your time.
There's no logic.
Okay.
There's no
And wish you all the
I mean,
best.
it's
And
it's
Moon
just
is
ridiculous
up next
assertions.
with
Very
business.